Jakob Bredwell. Did I say that correct?
Yes.
All right. Jakob Bredwell is a makeup artist. And today's topic of the show, which I don't know if we'll make it a whole hour or not. It depends. Jacob's going to give DJ Rick some tips and tricks on how to do makeup for YouTube videos. And hopefully the male version.
Yeah.
I don't want to look like RuPaul when I leave here.
Very nice.
That's not funny.
And I've been doing it professionally now for about a year.
Okay.
I've worked on a lot of clients.
What type of makeup do you usually do?
A lot of the time it is very natural looking, and to make it look like your skin, you don't want anything crazy or out.
So you didn't study at the Tammy Faye School of Makeup or something?
No.
I know you young kids don't know who Tammy Faye is, but I guarantee you Gabe's kind of chuckling over there. Yes, so that was really authentic chuckle there, Gabe. Thanks for that. Anyways, Tammy Faye used to wear tons of makeup.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. She looked like a clown, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was back in the... As a matter of fact, you remember, what was the name of that TV show? It had that comedian on it. Something about Cincinnati or Cleveland or something like that. Drew Carey.
WKRP Cincinnati?
No, we're not that old. WKRP, I remember that one. That was a good show.
That's a good show.
No, it had Drew Carey on it, and it was...
Whose line is it anyway?
No, it was Cincinnati Rocks or something like that. It was a comedy. It was a sitcom. Drew Carey was in it. And he had this... Mimi was the character's name. Mimi was this giant... I don't want to say fat, because that might not be politically correct, but she was a big fat girl. Anyway, she looked like a clown with her makeup all the time too. And people out there in Facebook land, I'm sure they know what I'm talking about. Somebody, as a matter of fact, you can comment on our Facebook page if you know the name of that show, because it's going to drive me nuts through this entire show if I cannot remember the name of that. So anyway, you've been doing this 2 years, 1 year professionally, and who is your average client?
It's usually just average people that come in,
Mostly women?
Yeah, mostly women, some men as well. It just depends
Okay.
on what they're looking for and what they want to cover.
Is it mostly just people that are looking for makeup to go out and about in town, or do you specialize at all in television type stuff or acting stuff?
Usually it's people that just want everyday makeup. Sometimes
Okay.
out on the town makeup that'll last longer on their face, or
Okay.
it's just basically natural everyday makeup.
Do you typically work with expensive makeup or reasonable stuff?
Usually it's more expensive makeup.
Is
Most
it?
of the time I have worked with lesser as well. Like
Okay.
tonight I got lesser, because I know both sides of the spectrum.
Okay, because most people out there, and my wife, she rarely wears makeup, but when she does, she doesn't spend a ton of money.
Yeah.
My wife is really, Mama Sue is pretty low budget, isn't she? I mean, she's not
Yes.
she doesn't have to have the finest of this and the finest of that, which is how she ended up with me, but that's another story. But anyways, most of our viewers are going to be like, well, that's great, and it looks fantastic, but I don't have $200 to buy that brush and that, powder or
Exactly.
whatever. So if we could keep this kind of more along the economical or middle of the road lines, would be good, I
Yeah.
suppose. Can you actually achieve the same results with the less expensive product versus the high-end stuff?
Yes, you can. I believe
So
for
why
sure.
do people pay the money for the expensive stuff?
I honestly don't know. I mean, I guess just because the brand name or
So
what
it's
it
marketing.
promises. Yes, for sure.
Okay, right. So you got some clients that they want you to use the expensive stuff just so they can tell their friends that that's such and such a brand.
Yeah, and it does depend on the certain product, of course. Like some things that are more expensive are better, but there's a lot of brands that also make things that are lesser expensive and they work just as well.
Okay. Well, today I thought I'd have you on the show because earlier in the week we just started the YouTube channel, and this will be on YouTube this weekend, maybe Thursday. Depends how quick Gabe is actually. He was pretty quick last week.
Yeah.
You got up pretty good. Did a great job, by the way, there, Gabe.
Oh, thank you.
But yeah, this will go on YouTube. And the new thing for us, being radio folks, getting behind the lights. And I remember years ago in college and doing some community theater that when you get on stage and all the lights get on and they're really bright, if you don't have makeup on, you look like you're about to die. I mean, literally, I look like a ghost on the stage without makeup. And a lot of times in our first dress rehearsal, we'll all have our costumes on and we'll go through the thing, and somebody might video it just to give us an idea of, you know, who's blocking right, who's not. And every time I see those videos, I think, geez, man, two things I think. Number one is, wow, am I that pale? And the second thing I always do is go, wow, am I that old? You know, I mean, I look like hell for a 29-year-old, I'm for sure. What's so funny about that? And she's laughing at me again. I don't know that was in the script. You better read your outline. I don't think laughing at DJ Rick is in there.
Oh, actually, it was changed to, it's on a prompt.
Oh, is that crossed out? Oh, okay.
It's crossed out.
Oh, okay, that's for the second half hour. Yeah, there she goes again, laughing at me. I don't
But
know.
either way, I've got two comments about your Drew Carey.
Oh, okay.
And both comments say the Drew Carey show.
Oh, well, that's why I couldn't remember it. It's the Drew Carey show. But it was Mimi, if I'm correct. I'm pretty sure it was Mimi. Anyway, do yourself a favor, check the show out. It's funny as heck. Been off the air for, I don't know, 20 years or something stupid. But yeah, who made the comments? Who's the one who...
The first comment for the Drew Carey show is, well, by your wife.
Oh, Mama Sue figured it out.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
always telling
Well,
me that I'm wrong
but
and this is the right answer.
Yeah, but there's also another one for
Oh.
the Drew Carey show, and that's by Salvatore Fola.
Oh, great. Yeah, that's my buddy Sal. He's, yeah. I can't
And-
believe Sal's watching.
We just got another comment in by Jennifer Page Meeks,
Okay.
and she says, couldn't have picked a better person.
Fan of yours?
I guess so, yeah.
Must be.
And then your wife just commented again.
Did she?
Yes.
She's just full of it.
Yes, DJ Rick has a face for radio. Can you make
Hey,
this
hey, now everybody's laughing at me. What's up with that?
Even your wife.
Did you? Yeah, that's my point. Now he thinks that's funny that even my wife is laughing at me. Okay, so anyway, we've figured out that it doesn't have to be expensive makeup. We can achieve the same results. Now, those two results I was just talking about. Number one, in the lighting, I get washed out. I look very pale.
Yeah.
And the second thing that I always notice is that I look older than what I thought I looked like. I guess when it comes right down to it, can you fix both?
I can try to fix that.
Can you make me look like I'm tanned and 18?
Yeah, it's probably that.
Really?
Yeah, maybe.
That's gonna take more makeup than you got in that case. So I said, hey, I saw that look. She's over there rolling her eyes. We do have that on the surround camera, right?
Oh,
You
yeah.
have nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna go in your,
I've done
that's going in your
It's
blooper
bloopers.
reel, young lady. Yes, see, we were talking about her blooper reel. It's getting longer too. I'm gonna have to have Gabe edit it, otherwise
Gabe,
I'm gonna
don't
need to
do
buy
it.
another hard
Don't
drive.
do
to
it.
keep all the
Jesus.
blooper reels.
Don't do it.
So-
She's got a lot of blooper reels, that's
A
all
lot
I
of
gotta say.
bloopers, yes.
Yeah. Anyway, so yes, you can achieve color in my face and taking some of the age off. I don't
Yes.
expect to look 18. That would be cool, but I don't really expect to look 18.
Yeah.
What are some of the concerns that you as a professional would try to be aware of? I know for me, it's just washed out and I look old. Are there other things that on-camera personalities should look out for?
Like as people view you on camera.
Yeah, what should I do to make sure that I'm ready to be on camera and not look foolish?
Definitely like get rid of like any like try to subsidize the wrinkles and fine lines or any like bags under your eyes here.
Okay.
Definitely.
Well, you get a good night's sleep would help with that
Yeah.
probably, but that's out of the question
usually
in
happen.
most people's cases. But she's grinning. She's gonna laugh at me again. Anyway, yeah. So get rid of the bags. Try to conceal. Isn't it concealer? Don't they call it concealer? Okay. So that's just. So in essence, what you do is lie to people.
Not really.
You
but-
just fool the camera. That's what you do. Yeah. Okay. So now makeup. Is it completely different for men and women?
In a way, yes, but most of the time, no. It's usually about the same.
Okay. Well, how much time did we have going into this? What are we at now? In other words, I'm trying to figure out, should we go ahead and start this and then go to commercial halfway through, or what time are we at now?
We're actually at 6:13 right now.
Well, so I've only used a quarter hour. We'll go ahead and start then, and then we'll just take a short break in the middle, I suppose.
Yeah, that's fine.
So that works.
Yeah.
Unless you have anything else you needed to discuss.
Well, I mean, I don't know, should I talk about my new class that I'm gonna be doing.
Class.
Oh, yeah, you mean the crash driving school?
Yes, Crash 101. With your teacher, Crash.
In case everybody doesn't know, the Radio Vixen had a small incident while driving on the highway.
Small.
Well, it was small to me. Not
I'll tell
really,
you.
because I had to do the show. She did the lunchtime show. She did the lunch bucket from 11 to 1. And then she said, I'm heading out. I'll be back in a few, boss. That's the last I saw her.
Dang.
Yeah, that's the last I saw her. And I'm like, when it's getting 2:45, it's time to go on the air. And where's my vixen? I don't know. Then I get a text. I'm in the ER getting stitches in my hand or something like that.
Actually, I was,
Or- oh, no, I
I was
reckon-
in the ambulance.
Oh, you were in an ambulance?
Yeah, I was in the ambulance, and that's
She left
when
the ambulance out of it. She didn't want to worry me.
But I was like, you know, I'm on my way to the ER. I got into a car crash.
Yeah, that's what she did. She put the car crash, which is why I now call her crash.
Yeah.
Crash.
She didn't say an accident. She said crash. And I'm thinking, ooh. Well, she's texting me, so she must be okay.
Alive, you know.
But you did put I'm okay at the end of it too.
I don't think I did.
I figured you were okay. So.
But I was using one hand, which I'm you know.
Yeah,
I
she's
don't
one of
know.
those crazy thumb texters,
Oh, okay.
like you young people
Yeah.
can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
Because I could type better with both thumbs.
Yeah.
Same.
So I'm
She
sitting
types
taking-
faster than I read.
Yeah, I'm taking my time with my right hand because my left hand is just.
Yes,
Oh,
she has
wow.
some. How many stitches did you get?
I got 15 stitches.
15
15
stitches.
That's a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
She came out better than the car though.
Yeah, my car got totaled.
The car's totaled,
Wow.
the car's never
Yeah.
won. Yeah. I don't know though, that car, you could have scratched the door that it totaled it. No. It wasn't exactly a Lamborghini, let's just put it that way.
It was a Ferrari.
Yeah, sure.
It was a Ferrari.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
it was a 2011 Chevy Cruze.
It wasn't a bad little
Nice.
ur.
It was a very
It
nice
broke a
car.
lot.
That's a
It
pretty
had a
nice.
lot of problems.
It had some issues, yeah, it
It
had
had.
issues. It
Yeah.
had issues.
But I mean, as long as it got me to point A and B, I was fine. It was just the money that I had to put into it that was annoying.
Yeah, they usually are that way.
Mhm.
Yeah, life is expensive, you know.
You don't
Yeah.
put more into it than you pay for it, you know?
That's why the insurance company totaled it. Yeah, hey, you got out from under your payments though, didn't you?
No more payments.
There you go.
Yeah, there
You
you
got,
go.
there's a silver lining in every, there's a cloud in every silver lining, something like that. I don't know.
I've never heard that.
But the car you're driving now is outside with the battery charger on it. So, yeah, there's that too, right? She don't laugh at herself. She laughs at me. Now
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
I'm using my roommate's vehicle, and it does. The battery needs to be charged a lot, so that's why.
And it needs to have water added.
And it needs, yes, it needs that. But you know what? Big Bertha is good.
Big Bertha.
Big Bertha, that's a
That
her name.
is her
That's
name. Big
crash
Bertha.
driving Big Bertha. Hey, I'm gonna get you a tank for your birthday.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
need to.
You'll be safe. Hey, look, even MC Fritz agrees over there.
Don't
MC
you-
Fritz
yeah,
is in the
there you go.
background,
Thank you. Don't
being all
encourage it.
quiet
So
over
if you get
there.
hit again, you're fine, you know, you're like, you're good.
Yeah,
I won't
yeah,
have like a scratch on it.
that's it, that's it.
She would probably wreck
I don't know.
that
I don't think the
Maybe.
Radio Vixen and the tank would go together, because if somebody was to even try to
Why?
scratch the car, I would
No.
probably just.
I'll put your logo on the side.
I would warn you.
Put the Radio Vixen logo
Crash
right on the side, no
Right.
problem, no problem.
The Radio Vixen, AKA Crash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've been in makeup for 2 years, you've been doing it professionally for a year. You're in school, aren't you?
Yes, I am. I am going to get my esthetician license right now. I'm in an
You're getting a what do I license?
esthetician
An
license.
esthetician license. I can't
Yes,
even say that.
aesthetics, yeah.
Yeah, I can spell that actually. It's an A and an E, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're getting an esthetician's license. How long of a school is that?
It's usually about like, it depends on each state, because you have to have a different amount of hours in each state, but here I can graduate in May, but I'm going longer because I get to learn more things in the class, so it'll
Okay.
be about a year.
And that
Next
covers
one.
what? That's just like facial makeup, or you're doing hair as
It
well?
does like facials, everything's skincare.
Okay.
You also do makeup, brows. We get to learn spray tans, body wraps,
Like airbrush spray tan?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You
So-
come next spring.
I have a question, actually.
DJ Rick usually looks like the bottom side of a fish.
Yeah.
Go ahead, miss, I have a question. You are putting yourself on camera, right?
I understand I'm putting myself on camera.
She's
I
not. putting
actually,
herself
I don't
on.
need to,
She's
because I
gonna
have
have
this
video
thing right
booth.
here.
Yeah, but the Facebook Live people can't see you.
We're gonna keep it.
And we're gonna keep it
No,
that way.
but, okay,
She's
so-
like, I can't hear you. That's a microphone you're whispering in.
So
Okay.
do you go to people's houses and do their makeups?
Yeah, or they'll meet me somewhere, or like usually I'll go to their house most of the time.
As
Yeah.
long as you're cool with having a kid like this come to your house.
Yeah.
No, cause like, I know a lot, especially in the mall, they've got places where people literally will do a makeup,
Yeah.
or like a makeover on you, and so that's something that you obviously do, and that's why I was just wondering, like, do you actually end up going to people's houses and
Yeah.
doing that?
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's actually that's really cool, because, you know, the radio vixen might need a makeover.
Wow.
I'm here.
What do you got, a date?
Well,
Let's hear about it. Come on, you got time.
No, I don't have a date.
You don't have a date.
No, radio vixen just, you know, she
Sean's
likes to-
sitting over there saying, I'll fix that.
Wow.
See there, Sean, if you take her out, she's gonna have old Jacob dollar up for you.
Yeah.
Dollar up.
Get her all dolled up.
No.
She doesn't
I'll
need
make
any
you a better
makeup.
point.
Oh, listen to that. Oh, MC Fritz over
She
there
looks
saying
good
she
the way
doesn't
she
need
is.
any makeup.
Thank you,
Oh,
Mr.
boy.
Esmond.
Wow, it's getting deep in here, Gabe. Look out.
Mooch.
Yeah.
I tell her
The
sweet
whole
stuff
dance.
like that all the time.
There you go. So where do you go to school for something like an esthetician's lessons?
There are a lot of like individual schools, like an esthetician like school or like a beauty school. There's one here in Cleveland, the Brelaire.
Isn't that like a subset of a cosmetologist overall degree too? So if you went to like cosmetology school, all that would be included with the hair and whatnot?
Some of it, not all of it though.
Okay.
They're pretty separate. So.
So hair and makeup, totally different stuff.
Yes.
Okay, right on. You never been interested in doing the hair end of it?
No, I thought about it, but I was like, I wouldn't enjoy it as much, honestly.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to put my
I'm more
fingers in
creative than
people's
like
hair
on
either.
the face and like the hair.
Yeah, okay, right on. Well, good, because there's nothing you can do with my hair anyway. There, she's laughing again. She's learning to do it quietly though, which works out.
Put some gel in it, you know.
No,
Oh, that's what I do.
No.
I try to keep it cut short enough that all I have to do is get out of the shower, towel it off, and roll. You know what I'm
But you
saying?
can still put like little bows in.
I can put little bows in my hair?
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that nice of you to say?
Put some highlights in there.
That's another show. That's not this show. Hey, I'm already out on a limb here as it is, you know. Like I said, I don't want to leave here looking like RuPaul or something. He said, I got you. That's good. That's good. What kind of time marker are we at?
We are now at 6:22.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what you're gonna do.
Okay.
In the interest of the way this is gonna work out, let's go ahead and take our commercial break now.
Okay.
And when we come back, Mr. Jacob is gonna work his wonders on DJ Rick. All right, we got about, what, 2 minutes?
So there's three. No, about three.
About 3 minutes, but keep in mind, you are still on Facebook Live. So, how long do you figure this will take?
Probably about maybe 30 minutes.
Maybe, okay, that's good.
What do you think we make it in?
It's
Well,
not too long. The face is pretty like simple.
Okay.
and easy to do.
Yeah, but you got me talking and asking questions.
Yeah, I'm
show
gonna
them
like
this,
thoroughly
show them-
explain everything.
Yeah.
So,
See, these Facebook people, they get a behind the scenes look at how we make the show.
yeah.
Now, if you go on YouTube, you'll be able to see the finished product, not all the craziness that really goes on.
Yeah.
Although that can be a blooper reel too. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
3 minutes, huh? What, I got 2 minutes left now?
Bar for that.
Yep.
All right, good, you hold down the fort. You're on Facebook, keep that going. I'll be right
I got
back.
you.
I don't think so.
The old mill tavern, 432 Church Street, right here in Cleveland, across from the old mill. Stop in today or find us on Facebook, the Old Mill Tavern.
It's always happy hour here. Oh, please. Oh, okay.
Hello, my name is Maurice Boudreau, and I'm a professional hairdresser from Arcadia, Louisiana. Dressing me some hair, there's nothing I like more Dawson and listen to me some upstate left with John Erickson. You went. I laughed so hard once I accidentally clipped off the part of Lakeisha's ear. Lord, yes. Upstage Left is a funny, dramatic theater and improv show about all the things active in Cleveland, Tennessee. So, come on in here and join me for a bite of the basket sauce. And we'll listen to John Anderson on Upstage Left.
I love that
Saturday
promo.
and Tuesday from 6
Oh, yeah?
to 7 p.m. on TuneInRadio.us. Oh, yes.
Oh, no. What am I gonna do now?
Relax, no one's hurt.
Yes, but my car.
Don't sweat it, just call Family Towing. They'll come get the car, get it fixed, and get it back to you in no time. That's right, at Family Towing Collision and Customs, we're a complete collision repair and custom body shop that has the skills and experience to handle any situation. Anything from auto repairs to towing and roadside assistance, we can handle it all. We're a local, family-owned business that treats our customers like family. Whenever you're in trouble, what do? You call family. So next time, give us a call 24 hours a day. Family Towing Collision and Customs at 423-790-1800. That's 423-790-1800. Mention TuneIn Radio for a 10% discount, and we also offer 15% discount to veterans.
I feel a lot better now.
I told you they'd get here fast, and they'll get it fixed in no time. Family Towing Collision and Customs. Our family helping yours,
And
one
back
mile
on.
at a time.
That's right, kids, family, towing, customs, and collisions. If you got a problem with your car, just give them a call. Tell them DJ Rick or the Radio Vixen from TuneIn Radio sent you.
Yep.
They'll give you, what are they giving, 10% off?
10% off and
10% off.
15 for veterans.
Right on,
Nice.
15 for veterans. Not only that, you can break down on the road, they'll come get the car, bring it back to the shop, fix it, and bring it back to you.
Yes.
Yeah, you can't really get that too many places, but Family Towing, Tim and Holly Entwistle, good people if you break down. Not, well, if you wreck your car, you can call them too. Like, they got Crash's car last week.
They do.
They did, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
You didn't call them, but I know they got it.
Oh, yeah, they.
Yeah, Tim called me and said, I got Crash's car. He actually said I got the Vixen's car. He didn't know we were calling you Crash just yet.
Yeah.
Of course we weren't. Anyway, okay, back to this makeup thing. DJ Rick, if you're just joining us now, DJ Rick is here. We're trying to get some advice on how to prep yourself if you want to decide to become a YouTuber. All those lights are kind of bright and your face might wash out. Maybe you want to take a few years off your look, whatever that is. We're here with Jakob Bredwell, and he's going to teach us how to do just that with a little demonstration on the old man himself. So, where do we start?
So I usually start by with a moisturizer, for sure.
Okay, let's go.
Alright.
I think I'm ready.
So one of my favorite ones is like the Clinique one, and this is a big one, but you can get a smaller one for like $12, and it lasts you a long time.
Okay, that's
But-
Clinique.
Yes, Clinique, and it was the oil-free gel moisturizer.
Okay,
So, and it doesn't take a lot of it at all.
and I can get that at CVS or
Ulta is where this one is.
Ulta? Okay. Hold that up for Gabe's camera so that everybody can see exactly.
This is the one here,
Okay,
and it's at Ulta.
here goes nothing, kids.
And you'll just take your hands, clean hands, and then you'll start applying it
Okay.
over the areas of your face.
Is there any particular area that's you gotta pay closer attention to with this stuff, or just your whole
no,
face?
Not really, just your whole face, because it is oil-free, so it's not going to clog up if you have
Okay.
any oily areas or anything like that.
Well, I don't know. I was told that older people don't have as much oil problem as they have dry skin. That's true?
Yes, that's
See?
true. Yeah, a lot of older skin is much more drier.
Okay. Mine should be really dry.
It's not too dry, it's not too bad. It's about mine, because mine is also very dry as well.
Hmm.
So that's why I have to moisturize a lot throughout the day too.
This stuff's actually good for your skin too, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, it does help. Like, it's helped me with my breakouts with like my mask and everything. Like, I've been wearing it and stuff as well.
Right.
It's really helped me combat that as well. So it's really
Should have tried this when I was a teenager.
I started young. I was like I got into it, and I was like, this stuff's great. So
There you go. When I was 14, 15 years old, that was the Zit King, man.
the Zit King.
That's it, boy.
Yeah, And then after that, you're gonna wanna go in with a primer, you'll let it dry for like.
With a primer?
Yes.
Are we using Bondo later or something? What- Man, holy cow. Primer.
Well, if you
Yeah.
really wanna know.
Yeah, well,
You want-
well, I volunteered for this, Gabe, so, you know, yeah, okay, so primer's next. What kind of primer are we
So
using?
this is a Smashbox photo finish, and it's really good.
It's a what?
It's the Smashbox photo finish.
Smashbox photo finish.
Yes.
Okay, what kind of price range is this gonna cost?
This one is about 17. There is a cheaper one.
Okay,
That's about $10 or so that you can just buy like a pore filling one. That's gonna fill in your pores and smooth out your face. Is what you need to do. So
okay.
then there's no like, no bumps or anything like that on your face.
So this is the primer prior to the Bondo.
Mm-hmm.
If you pull something out of there that says Bondo on it, I'm leaving.
Let me check real quick.
Yeah.
And you'll apply it over your whole face as well.
Yeah, what is a primer supposed to do?
So this one is supposed to smooth and blur the skin. So if
Okay.
you have any like deep pores or anything like that, it's gonna smooth it out, and then it's gonna create a really nice like layer for the foundation to go on very smoothly.
Okay.
It makes it glide and it makes your skin feel a lot smoother. You can feel that if you
Ooh,
want on your
smoothly.
forehead.
Oh, I
I
can-
mean,
yeah, I can
smooth
feel
like
it
a
now.
baby's butt.
Yes. So
Yeah, that's
this
it.
one's really nice. So
Yeah, I'm gonna feel like, my face is gonna feel like a baby's
I
butt.
feel like
It looks like a horse's ass, but it feels like a baby's butt. It's amazing. Oh, now MC Fritz is laughing at me too. And Vanessa's losing it. I mean, the vixen, Crash.
Oh my god. I don't know what Vanessa is that.
I don't know if Vanessa, she's, I don't know.
she's about to have another crash over there laughing somewhere.
I know, right? Good thing she ain't driving.
Were you laughing when you had your crash?
No, she wasn't laughing after it, I know that.
No,
For
I
sure.
definitely wasn't laughing.
She was hurting for a few days.
Yeah.
You know, you're right, that stuff does feel pretty good, that
Yeah.
primer.
It does feel really smooth on skin for sure.
Yeah.
And then I'm waiting with the facial hair area because you can kind of just blend it in there
Okay.
as well, so you don't have to like necessarily
Okay.
apply it over it.
Yeah, I couldn't, you know, I decided to grow my mustache and goatee back, and it was
Yeah.
only like 2-3 days ago, and I was like, man, I probably should shave for this, but nah, I really want that
Nah.
goatee and mustache back, so. I figured Jake could work around it.
I mean, you want it natural, right? So
Absolutely.
you can't wear a beard with it.
If I get much more natural, I'll look like a caveman.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna apply your foundation next.
Okay,
So-
foundation,
Yes.
now that's, what is foundation? What's
So
it do?
It's kind of like a, it evens out your skin tone, makes it like one color all over,
Okay,
and it'll cover up, you know, it has like, there's sheer, medium, and full coverage. There's 3 different colors.
okay, and we're using,
I have a full coverage on here, but you can always definitely like just use it as sheer, just don't use as much as you want
okay,
to.
don't put it on the center.
Yeah, basically. And I'm gonna use it for a sponge so we have more control over how much coverage you want to put on. So.
Okay, works for me.
And I usually put it on by spraying on the back of my hand first.
Okay. Now, this is colored, this stuff is all, it has a tone to it, right?
Yes, yeah, it's all different. There's different shades.
What brand is
one's-
this?
This one's the L'Oreal Paris and Maybelline. It's a 24-hour fresh wear, shade 411.
Again, we can get all this stuff at Ulta.
Yeah, you can get this one at Walmart and other places as well.
Okay,
This one's 16, and then there's also one that is $8 as well.
okay.
Yeah, they have 2
That's
different
not,
ones.
price-wise, we're not too high yet,
No, not at all.
so, and we don't have to go to the city and go to a, you know, high-end makeup store, we can get it right here in town,
Yeah,
so,
For
that's
sure.
good.
but I'll usually take it and start applying it like here, and then I'll blend it out.
Okay, so you just put it on in dots and then use the sponge to,
To blend it out, yeah.
okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and it just makes like a nice sheer coverage, so then you're not using too much to make it more natural.
Okay,
And you're blending it out over your face.
now, this is a functional question I have here. Now, let's say I'm doing the YouTube news every evening. How long is it gonna take me to do this for myself every day? Once I get used to it, I know it's gonna take longer in the beginning.
For the foundation part, honestly, not too long. It's pretty quick once you get used to it. Like, you'll just be able to like, you know, just blend it out really fast, so then it's not taking you like, you know, 30 minutes or anything like that.
Yeah,
Once you get the hang of it. Probably take maybe 10 minutes at the most,
Okay.
I would say.
10 minutes I can live with.
Yeah.
I can't do the 45 minutes every day thing, you know.
Oh, for sure, definitely not.
Yeah. If I had to do that, I don't know. I'd start collecting masks and wearing a
Yeah.
different one every day.
It's a different mask every day,
Yeah.
so you didn't have to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that works too.
I could be Spider-Man one day. I'd get me a Vixen mask.
Oh,
The
yes.
Vixen
Yeah.
I
mask.
highly recommend that.
There you go. They'll be like, wow, the radio Vixen's there, but her voice has definitely changed. She
Like,
must be
where's
on
Scratch?
steroids or something. Yeah.
Got it kind of manually.
But yeah, I'm just going down the face and blending out, just using just a little bit at a time.
Okay.
There's not too much, you know, because you want it to look very natural, so.
In other words, that bottle shouldn't be gone in 3 applications.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Anything, even the expensive ones, you don't, you know.
Just a little bit a little goes a long way.
Yes,
Okay.
for sure.
I noticed you're working down on the neck too.
Yes, yeah, I try to blend it all the way down so then there's not like the unevenness between the face and the
That
neck.
stark contrast. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The other side.
Turn a little for you so you can see.
You're fine.
What, while you're doing this, what, let's say the Vixen called you up and said, Jacob, I got a date and I want my makeup done. What does something like that cost to have a makeup artist come to your home?
Usually it's like, it depends on like the type of look, how far, like if it's a really natural look or they want to go all the way glam out with lashes and everything like that.
Right.
But usually it's not too much, like I usually charge like about $60 I think, because it usually takes about an hour.
That's not bad.
So it's not too bad.
No, that's not bad at all. I thought he was gonna say 200.
No.
No, that would be just in my case.
Yeah, maybe.
It depends where you start, right?
Yeah.
Hmm. I don't know, Halloween's coming up, I might have Jacob come out and do my makeup.
Yeah.
Do you do any specialty makeup?
I have not done it in the past.
Oh,
No.
okay. I should turn you on to my daughter's Facebook page. She does like Hollywood type makeup.
Oh, really? That's cool.
She does creatures and weird stuff, and she's extremely busy on Halloween. But
Yeah, I bet.
she'd do me, but unfortunately she's way up in New Jersey and I'm
Oh,
all the way
wow.
down here in Tennessee, so, you know. But yeah, she does some amazing stuff. She did for Halloween last year. She had one young lady that, she made it look like her skin was tore off the left side of her face.
Oh, wow.
She did all the muscles and the tendons, and it looked real. I mean, when the girl talked, it was amazing.
That's really cool.
It was like you could see her muscles.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was kind of scary.
So I'm gonna.
Kind of like Mama Sue in the morning. Ooh, she's gonna
She's
comment
scary.
now. She's gonna comment now.
What makes her so scary anymore?
Oh, nothing. I was only kidding. I thought better of it after I said that. No, Mama Sue won't do that. She's not really scary in the morning. Actually, I can't say she's scary in the morning because all I see of her in the morning is her putting my coffee on the nightstand and saying, bye, I gotta go, and out the door she
Yeah,
goes.
she's just running.
Yeah, I'm not even really awake yet. She wakes me up when she leaves, so,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyways, I'm probably not getting dinner tonight after that comment. Tell you
Well,
what.
there hasn't been any comments yet.
Well, last time I was on Facebook Live, I ended up not getting gravy anymore.
Oh no. No
Yeah,
gravy in
I-
the morning. That's like.
No, ever. She said I'm getting dry potatoes from now on.
Dry potatoes.
I said something about her gravy making skills. And that was the end
Oh,
of it.
yes, the dried taters. she
Yes.
said.
Yeah.
Well, Susan always has her arts and crafts, the tip of the week. And one week she had a tip that I really liked. She said, if you're tired of your glue sticks melting and, you know, being all stringy and whatnot, she said, just keep them in the freezer.
Yeah.
And I loved that tip, so I kept my glue sticks in the freezer. And on camera, I said, I think my wife used them in the gravy.
Just threw them in there. you
Yeah,
know.
and now I'm not allowed to have gravy. I don't know why.
Yeah.
How's it coming there, Vixen?
How's
Do
that?
I look different?
Yes, actually.
I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Better. or
Really?
worse?
Your skin actually glows now.
I'm glowing.
You're glowing.
Wow, check that out. I'm glowing there, Gabe.
What do you think, Gabe?
He looks younger.
Oh, right on, right on, okay.
That's the point, right?
There you go, good job, so far so good.
And so that's done with the foundation after blending out a lot over the face.
Okay.
The next thing you want to go in, and this is a really cool product, and this is like will last you forever because it's so like full coverage. But
Okay,
it's the Bye Bye Under Eye by It Cosmetics.
bye
This
bye
one-
under eye, so it's a
Yeah.
concealer,
Yeah, and this one's $12. It's the mini. So,
okay.
but it lasts. It's so thick and full coverage that
And again, I can get all this stuff at Ulta.
yes,
Okay.
yeah. And
Because I know
usually-
where that's at.
Yeah.
Now, on the tone of that foundation, how did you figure out what tone to use? How does a person figure out what color to use? Because I know when you go to the store and you go like, whoa, what color am I supposed to use? I can tell some of them, obviously,
Yeah.
I'm not African American, I'm not using those, but there's a lot of shades of whites, or,
Definitely.
light tones. So how do you figure out what tone to use?
Usually, I look at your undertones and like if you have redness or anything like that to decide which one, and I'll just match it right here towards your neck so I can blend it down. Usually.
Okay. So it's really not my facial skin tone you're looking for, it's the tone of my neck
Yes.
that you're then gonna put and blend it straight in.
Yeah. So then it blends in with your neck.
Gotcha, gotcha.
And if you can't find like the perfect shade, you'll just have to blend it down a little bit further so that it does blend in all
There's
the way.
probably a little trial and error involved too.
Yeah, for
isn't there?
sure.
That's what I thought.
Definitely.
I'm gonna look stupid the first time I try it. There she goes laughing at me again. I'll tell you what, man. It's hard to find good help.
Yeah.
But I did.
But you did.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I always tell her. I said, Vixen, I
Vanessa.
said, great minds think alike. And she said, really? I said, yeah, and ours too. She doesn't get it. But
Yeah.
we need a cricket sound effect.
I know,
Yeah.
I
That
thought
would
we
be
just
good.
press
That would
it.
work. That would
It'd be
work.
like,
You can tell.
Now you know why I'm not a stand-up comic. Just saying. Oh, okay, so how are we doing on time?
We are actually at 6:41.
Okay, we're doing great on time.
I'm doing really
So his
good.
estimate's pretty good.
But I'm gonna take it on the end of this one now and like go under your eye.
Okay, that's the
Right here.
concealer.
Yeah.
Now, when you're doing that, you're trying to disguise the bag under my eye?
Yes.
Okay. Do you actually go on that mark or below it, or?
I usually go like all the way under here, just right there,
Okay.
and blend it out down.
Okay.
Yeah. And you always use your concealer. This is a little bit lighter than the foundation, just so it does brighten and lift underneath your eye.
Okay.
Instead it like.
So you're putting on a highlight, in other words?
Yes.
Okay.
And I usually put it right there underneath the eye like that. Not that underneath both of the eyes. It doesn't take much at all, honestly. And if you want to like brighten any other parts
He's
of your
putting the
face,
tiniest bit on the back of his hand.
yeah. I mean,
I know,
this
it's hard to
is
see on
really-
camera.
Really full coverage, so it doesn't take much at all, and it blends out really nice too, with the foundation and everything.
Wow,
How's it looking now?
that looks really good.
Yeah. It
Wow, I got a
brightens.
wow.
I mean, like it really does. This works really, really well.
Kid knows what he's doing, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Especially for on camera, you know, because it
She
doesn't
looks
blur.
surprised. I don't know if she's surprised how good you are, or, geez, is that DJ Rick? That's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Well, that's good, Jacob. You got a wow out of the crowd. So.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's all I do there. And if you want to like conceal any other areas like that you want to focus on, like if you have any moles or
Okay.
scars or anything like that too.
Right. Now, I had a small mark up here. Did the foundation cover that?
It did not because I did it very sheer. So,
Okay, okay. But you could cover stuff like
Yes.
that? Okay.
I mean, you could probably take this and cover most of it, like up here.
I don't know, would you use highlights up on the forehead like that?
This one's not too much lighter than your skin.
Oh,
so
okay,
it's-
gotcha,
And you could like just go in with more foundation, of course, as well.
gotcha. Put it on just a little heavier.
Yeah.
So the foundation has some concealing properties as well?
Yes. Like you could
Gotcha.
take a little bit more and then like take it and then put it up here if you want to like conceal
Gotcha.
more up there, and it
Okay.
would fill more in there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I feel pampered.
Yeah, that's for all over the concealer. And then another thing you want to do is you can contour or bronze one of the two, so you don't look as like whited out or too
Okay.
light. It's kind of like a secret tan kind of method.
And what do you use to do that?
You can use like a bronzer, like the Hoola bronzer that I have here. It's a little bit more. It's kind of pricey, but it looks like this here. This is the pricier one.
And that's a powder?
Yeah, it is a powder. Mhm.
Okay.
And then I have one here that's like contour shades that you can use to contour with. This is basically the same thing, the bronzer.
Okay.
And you just choose whichever one, you skin tone
Okay.
that you would need.
You are gonna write all this down for me, right, Jacob?
Yes, I am. Yeah, I can write it all down for you.
I should just have Jacob come by every day and do me that.
Hey, you always get out of school.
Yeah, Jacob's like, I could use the money.
So, but you choose whichever shade you would use on yourself. I mean, if it's
Okay.
this one or that one, probably like this one.
Okay.
I just dab it in there like that.
It doesn't take very much, does it?
No.
And
And you
then,
start at the head. That's usually where I go, and around, and you just blend it out.
and this is what's actually getting rid of all that washed out look.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is one of the main things. You can use another brush as well to like blend it out better as well.
Okay.
Use a fluffier one and then just trying to get the color in there.
Now, you would, if you were doing your makeup to go out on the town, you wouldn't necessarily go as heavy with it as
Yeah.
you do for television lighting or YouTube lighting.
I mean, it kind of depends on like really what kind of look you're wanting to get, out of
Okay,
it.
yeah. So if you're going clubbing and you want that drastic look,
Yeah.
okay.
You're going out all the town.
Yeah,
go
versus
get some
going into work
features.
at the doctor's office would be a little different.
Yeah.
Although some people just don't seem to realize where they're going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get a little lost here and there.
Yeah, I mean, there are some people out there a little heavy-handed with that blush brush and that bronzer and whatnot.
Yeah.
I've never been very heavy-handed with my blush.
Yeah, I've never really had heavy-handed either. I've kind of went very light and just like blended it out, to make it look more natural looking.
I know this is gonna shock you, Jacob, but I've never worn makeup other than on camera.
Really?
Or in a play. Yeah,
That's
I
crazy.
don't walk around town wearing makeup, man. You're lucky I comb my hair, you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah. DJ Rick, it's a freedom kind of thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's organic, man.
I usually don't unless I'm going to work or I'm doing some ones. I try to keep mine more natural too.
This is really fascinating.
Really?
Yes.
Well, at least we've
Yes.
fascinated the vixen.
Yeah.
He could teach you some tricks on Vanessa. I mean, Vixen. Boy, I just keep wanting to call you Vanessa for some reason.
No.
I
today.
have no idea who that is.
I don't either.
It's like that's her name or something,
I
you
know,
know?
right? Oh, and you know what? You ask Mama Sue on the air here if she wants me to keep this on and come home or not.
Yeah.
Hey,
do her
now, Mama
suit.
Sue, would you like him to keep it on or would you like him to take it off?
Oh, don't say it that way.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Does
say
he
it
look
that
better
way.
now,
That's a
or
great
not?
idea. Mhm. I can't believe she hasn't commented yet. Otherwise, unless something happened that she can't watch right now. That's possible too.
Yeah.
Could be.
Sometimes I'll go over the cross of the face just to give me a little bit of a tan look, so I do look more tan. I don't know if
Okay.
you can tell there or not.
Actually, I can. You look like news ready,
I do.
Yes.
News ready.
Yeah.
And that's the news.
And that's the way the cookie crumbles.
He is.
Yeah.
That's the way it was. I know Gabe remembers that.
Oh, yeah.
Old Walter Cronkite. He used to do all the news, and at the end, every show, he'd look right into the camera and go, and that's the way it was. Yeah.
That was back when journalism was journalism.
Oh, yes, well, don't get me started, Gabe. That was back when journalism was really journalism instead of corporate propaganda paid for
Yeah.
by one wing of our two-party system. And we're not going to get into that. You want to get into that? Catch the daily news with myself every weekday at about 5:15. And I try to avoid taking sides. I've been doing pretty good. You notice that,
Oh,
Gabe?
yeah.
Yeah.
I've been middle of the
You're doing
road.
Good.
Give you both sides of the equation. I'm trying to have a news show, not an
Yeah.
editorial, you know what I mean?
And so the next thing I'm gonna do is a little bit of eye base on top of your eyes, because I do go in like with a shadow that's like the same color for your skin, just to cover up the veins and things on your eyelid.
Okay, and the wrinkles?
Yeah.
I got you. So you want me to close my eyes?
Yeah.
I got you.
I'll just put a little bit of, this is a NYX Cosmetics, the NYX eyeshadow base. And it doesn't take much of it either. It's pretty cheap as well. It's like a few dollars.
So it's eyeshadow base, like you were gonna put, like if you were a girl and you were gonna put color on it?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. And they do have colored ones too that are like easier if you just want some color on your eye.
Yeah.
Which is really nice as well. That are not too expensive. They're about $5 or $6. And you have a lot of them as well. So then you don't have to use eyeshadow to make any color at all.
Oh.
But I usually go on with it like just a little like one that's super light that's just like basically skin, like this one.
Oh, yeah, right.
And it just covers up like the veins and stuff and just makes it look like, on camera it makes it look more like whole.
Gotcha.
Because you probably won't even see it like on your eye in person. You'll just notice that like it looks more smoother than it usually does.
Well, I know on camera, the best makeup job is a makeup job that the audience doesn't see.
Yes.
You know, they just think, well, that's, you know, good camera, good lighting, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and I know there's a lot of people out there that are starting YouTube channels these days.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna start a YouTube channel and you want things to look the way you're seeing other YouTubers looking, there's a lot more that goes into it than you would originally think. You can't
Yes.
just take your cell phone and start a YouTube channel. I mean, you can use your cell phone, but if you don't think of lighting and sets and your camera and your content and things like that, YouTube is nowhere near as easy as it sounds, just as long as everybody knows that.
Yeah.
But it's not, you don't need to spend a fortune like you're getting opening a television station either. So, you know, there is some room for amateurs even, and even if you've got a few extra bucks, you can get into YouTube and be successful at it. So, what do we got next?
So next is like a clear brow gel. This was
Okay.
like $2 or $3, I'm pretty sure. It's
Cheap.
by Essence. Yeah, it's really cheap. You just need one, and it just like fluffs up your brows.
Okay.
It makes them stay in place, so then they look like natural, like they're like kind of done, but not really. And you just comb it through your
Ooh,
brows.
that
like
stuff's
this.
kind of sticky, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, it does make sure they like stick very well in place.
It's almost like hairspray gel or something.
Yeah,
That's what it feels like.
and you just pull it up and like pull it to the side like that. I'll do the same on this side too.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of it now. You know what we should have done? I should have let you just do half my face.
Yeah,
Then we could have seen the kind of a before and after thing.
I have makeup wipes, so
No,
to
that's
take it off.
that's okay.
That's all you really need to do.
We got
with
enough
this one.
footage. Gabe can give us a before and an after.
Yeah.
And their little split
Yes.
screen in the end of the video. I'm sure he can do that. Gabe does some amazing stuff in that editing room.
Oh, you're too kind.
Yeah.
And then here I have like a highlighting palette, and I usually just use like the lightest one, and also do it in certain areas just to brighten your eyes and like your
Okay.
face in general.
Okay.
And this one was probably about $16. You can buy just individual ones as well.
Well, whatever color you decide
Yeah,
on is your.
whatever color. And I just usually just like put it like on like my nose area, like right here like that.
Okay.
It's like very lightly, not heavy at all. And over here, just to accentuate like the brighten your face here in certain areas.
Give you a little cheekbone.
Yeah. And you don't have to put much at all. It's just like a little bit.
Boy, the vixen must be amazed. She's very speechless over there.
She's very, very.
She's usually
she's
can't
like-
shut her up, but you know.
I really am fascinated right now. This is really fascinating.
And then last but not least, I do have a blush palette here. It has several in it though, but I usually use like a very light one. You get one for like a few dollars.
Yeah.
It's by Essence or anyone, like they make individual ones that are really cheap. and they're not like very much money at all.
So the way I've been adding this all up, for about $100, I could get myself a little of all of this.
Yeah.
Enough to do myself. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And I totaled it all like the majority of it, like without the face palettes, it was like $60. So it's not too bad
Okay,
at all.
that's not bad.
Yeah, I'll just take a little bit and like just go in like right here, and the trick is to keep it like up here. So then it's not like going over here and being too much, but it like helps your
Okay.
face look more.
This is the color, just that little bit of color makes you look
Yeah, it's
healthy.
very light. Like it's not like a very broad brush or anything. I mean blush. I think that's gonna like shine or be very like colored like the deep ones here.
Yeah,
So
okay.
yeah. And then after that, I'll usually take like a really big brush, like this one, and just kind of blend everything in together, like overall, just really quickly. Just make everything natural looking.
Now, how long, if I, say I did this at lunchtime and I had a 5 p.m. or 5:30 video shoot, is this stuff, how long does it typically last?
It'll last about almost all day usually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Assuming I'm not jogging or working out or anything.
Yeah, if you're like not sweating or anything like that.
Right, right. Well, I try to avoid that at all costs.
Mm-hmm. And then one thing.
If we have any hard work to do, I let the vixen do it.
Yeah.
Any heavy lifting.
Just let
she
her do
does.
it. She's not wearing makeup.
Right.
Another thing that can help with it lasting longer is like a powder like this one.
Mm-hmm,
And this is the Coty Air Spun. It's at Walmart. It's like $5.
okay,
And you get like a whole bunch. It
okay.
does kind of have a smell, so if you don't like smells, it's like, it's okay. But it does go away. It doesn't like stay on forever like the smell.
Okay.
So.
I'm
But you
okay.
can take it and just dab it a little bit, and you just put a little bit like, close your eyes. And I'll just put it like here, like the areas that you want it to last all day.
Uh-huh,
Especially if you think it's going to crease or anything like that. Just at those areas, and it does dry it down and makes it less oily and stuff like that. And it also like helps make it look poreless and like smoother as well. And I'll usually do it over like my whole face if I want it to look smoother. And it makes your skin look a lot more smoother on camera. I'm just taking a little bit at each time and like blending it out. Usually some people let it set on your face, but you don't have to if you don't want to, 'cause especially if you're trying to like do it and like you're saving time, you know?
mm-hmm.
You don't want it to take too long.
Yeah, this is the part where I can go 900 miles an hour.
Yeah,
just
and
get
just
it done.
like just get it done really fast. And it can also help like if you put too much of soap, then like a bronzer or a contour on, it does help dye it down.
So I can kind of kill off a little too much of whatever I put on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I'll just like go over again and like just brush it off, make sure there's no excess powder.
Finishing touches.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was concerned of makeup that I would feel it. You know, I'm used to stage makeup though.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, if somebody slaps pancake on you, you know
You know
you're
it
wearing
for sure,
makeup.
yeah.
Right? You can feel the weight of that stuff. But yeah, this, I hardly feel this. I can feel it a little bit around my
Yeah.
eyes, but not too badly.
Where it's more thicker there.
Yeah, underneath the eyes especially, I can feel that a little bit. And a little bit on the brow area. I think it's that
The gel.
the gel that you put in my
Yeah,
eyebrows
for
that I
sure.
can feel. But yeah, so we all set?
The last thing you have to do is you can get a setting spray.
Setting
Like,
spray.
set in your skin.
It's like spraying hairspray almost?
Basically, yeah.
Okay,
And then this one is like $6 or so at Ulta, or like Milani sold at Walmart and other places like that as well. So
okay,
it's not very expensive. This will last you a long time too if you get a small one like this.
okay.
You just take a quick spritz, you can close your eyes, and just all over your face, like that, and let it dry. And it'll help set it in and like make it last longer all day too.
Okay, all right. What do you think?
That's about it. I
Your
think.
skin actually looks smoother,
Uh-huh.
and you do look a little younger.
Do I?
Yeah.
Not 18?
Not 18.
Not
Not
18.
18. He's I thought you were a magician, Jacob.
And it's so crazy because you just finished and we got like 2 minutes left.
Oh,
Well,
really?
isn't that
Wow.
handy?
Yeah, that's
See
crazy.
there?
Yeah.
There you go.
That's great.
Kid's got a feel for doing camera, video work
You
too.
made him look good.
Yeah, he looks really good. Really, you look younger for sure.
Good. Excellent. Good job, Jacob. I appreciate
Thanks so
that.
much for having me on here.
And so, tell us where, if we want to have you come to our home and do a makeup job on us, or maybe we could get, matter of fact, I had an idea that perhaps it'd be a good gift to give someone. In other words,
Yeah.
like, I could get a gift certificate, give it to my wife. Hey, you know, you can have a party, have 3 of your girlfriends over. Jacob's gonna come over and give you all a makeover.
Yeah,
That's something you'd do?
Definitely, yeah.
Okay. So
And,
how
you
would
know-
people go about getting a hold of you to do that?
I do have my email that I gave you guys, and also my Instagram page as well. You can message me on there.
Okay.
I do check both of those regularly.
Okay, and we will put them up on Facebook, and they will be, Gabe will put them in the
Yeah,
YouTube
definitely.
video, so you'll see them down here on the bottom. And, yeah, so they can just give you either an Instagram shout or a Facebook shout.
Yeah.
You'll get back with them, they leave their number and all that stuff. And, you live right here in Cleveland,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I
So,
live downtown.
how far are you willing to travel typically?
I guess about probably 30 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, let's say someone's getting married on a certain day, 4 months from now, and they want you to do their makeup. Can you do like appointments for sure?
Yeah,
That
I
you'll
can do
be there
late
that
as well.
morning and they can count on you to do that?
Yeah, I'll make sure I'm off or anything.
Because you
like
know how
that.
brides are.
Free.
They'll know, oh my
Yes,
God, you
yeah.
better be there, you know.
Be there early, you know.
Okay, I know. Well, very good. Do you have any questions there, Vixen?
I'm just completely, just wow right now.
You're just
Yeah.
wild, huh?
I'm really just wow.
And I do
Wow.
more looks like my eyeshadow here. It's like a kind of a little bit more like more than basic, and I do like on my Instagram page. You'll see I've done a few of my friends on there, and then I have a lot of my looks that I've done personally on myself on there as well.
So, there you go. Check him out on Facebook and Instagram. And I'll tell you what, this is, that hour went fast.
Yeah.
And I know if Susan is watching, this is Susan Hyder's show called The Hangout, but it was the Hang On today with DJ Rick.
Yeah.
But thank you, Susan, for asking me to do the show, and I had a great time. And I hope everybody out there in listener and viewer land had a good time. But if you have any questions for Jacob, just hit us up on the Facebook page, and we'll see that he gets them, and you get an answer to your questions, and we'll go from there. But until then, thanks for coming, Jacob.
Yeah, thank
We will
you so
definitely
much.
have you back on another topic of some sort.
Yeah, definitely.
And let's do this again another time, next
Oh,
week.
yes.
So
Yeah,
this
for
is DJ
sure.
Rick for the Hangout saying we'll see you next week.